CBS presents this program in color.
Brothers Comedy Hour with guest stars James Mason, Jimmy Rogers, David Frye, Pat Paulson, special guest star Barbara Felder, the Jimmy Frye Singers, the Louis the Paul Dancers, and Nelson Riddle and his orchestra.
Right now, I'd like to introduce to you a brilliant young comedian. I think he's one of the country's greatest impersonators. So, ladies and gentlemen, meet David Frye. Hey, Dave, you know, during the week in the rehearsals, I was watching your, impersonations, and you seemed to be so realistic in these impersonations that I bet you started when you were just a little kid.
Well, actually, my mother encouraged me. She always said, "Kid, I wish you were somebody else."
I wonder if she knew my mother. She used to talk that way about Tommy all the time.
No, but actually, my mother did encourage me about doing my first impression of John Wayne.
Really? Your mother? Your mother knew John Wayne?
No, she looked like John Wayne.
That figures. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, David Frye is now going to do his impressions of some of the famous people in the headlines. So take it away, David.
Thank you. Being an impressionist, I notice in the movies, they have always the same movie cliches and the same actors for the same movie cliches. There's a movie with Gregory Peck. You probably remember his famous line. Lady, how many times do I have to tell you I'm not the giant in your washing machine? You remember that, right? And of course, Mr. James Mason in the movie The Seventh Veil, right?
Francesca, you could have been a great pianist. You ruined your hands. Using a low-suds detergent.
And Henry Fonda, all the war movies, Henry Fonda, right? Well, Amara, man, you'd be going to action against 25,000 well-armed, well-trained enemy soldiers. I just want to give you an idea of what you're going to be up against tomorrow morning. I was hoping to be able to go with you. But I feel a tummy ache coming on. However, in my place, I'm going to send one of the sleepiest actors in Hollywood, sleepiest looking actors in Hollywood, Mr. Robert Mitchum.
Yeah, this is Robert Mitchum. You better believe it. Well, actors will begin to look more like politicians, and politicians will begin to look more like actors. Here's a politician who looks very much like me, Mr. William F. Buckley, Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, my tongue is so long, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the only man who can seal an envelope after it's in the mailbox. I've noticed a tendency of Johnson to use nicknames such as Lindabird, Ladybird, and the other chick, and I think that's fine. I think it goes too far when recently he referred to Vice President Hubert Humphrey as Minnesota Fats. Now, Ike Eisenhower, on the other hand, Ike Eisenhower was a man you could respect. During 8 long years in office, he proved the country could get along without a president. The country didn't bother him, he didn't bother the country. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here is one of the truly great comedians of our time, truly great comedian, Mr. Richard Nixon.
I've got a great dilemma next year in '68. I don't know whether to stay on the sidelines and watch the Republican Party go right down the drain, or to go right in there and blow the whole thing myself.
Now here's a young senator from the state of New York, your friend and his, Mr. Robert F. Kennedy.
A lot of people have said that I sound like Bugs Bunny. This is not true. Bugs Bunny sounds like me. What's up, Doc, is my line. For years I've been saying, what's up, Doc? For years he's been saying Ethel's gonna have another baby. Very soon, Ethel and I intend to move into an old house in Washington. At present, this house is occupied by a rancher and a flock of birds. I do not have anything against Governor Rockefeller and his wife Happy and their future children Dopey, Sneezy, and Grumpy. Despite what you've heard, Lyndon Johnson and myself are becoming like brothers, Cain and Abel. A lot of people have said that I do not like Lyndon Johnson. I worship the quicksand this man walks on. Quiet, here he comes now.
Bobby Kennedy, I think, is a man of great promise. He promises this, he promises this. Our fellow Americans are come here tonight with a heavy heart and a lot of indigestion. I come here tonight not as your president and not as the commander-in-chief of your Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. I come here tonight as a simple barefoot boy from Texas who has become your king. Everybody likes me. All the polls say so. Now, if only the Smothers Brothers would leave me alone and let me continue.